which of the following has a decimal equivalent that is a terminating decimal? So a terminating decimal as opposed to a repeating decimal is one that ends, it's finite. And the rule for terminating decimals, even though it's a bit obscure, uh, is easy. So it's sort of, if you know it, questions like this are easy. Even though it is one of those 3-in-1 questions, I would still say it's a easy question if you just know the rule. So the rule is uh, a terminating decimal must have a denominator that is made up of only 2s and 5s. So it can be all 2s, all 5s, or all 2s and 5s. But the second you add anything, any factor in the denominator that is not a 2 or a 5, it is no longer terminating. So for example, so 1/2, this is terminating, and that's 0.5, so that uh, should be obvious. And because it contains only 2s. 1/25. So this is terminating. 1/25. This should also be terminating because 25 is just 2 5s. So this contains all 5s. Something like, I don't know, 3 out of 50. This should also be terminating because this is equal to 3/25 times 2. So that's 5 times 5 times 2. So we still have all only 2s and 5s. And then something like 1/3, which is 0.33 repeating. So this is non-terminating because we don't have any 2s or 5s. We just have a 3. Now something like 1/75. So 75 can be broken up into 2 5s, 5 times 5, and a 3. This will also be non-terminating. Because the second you add this 3 here, it doesn't matter that it has a bunch of 5s. Or we could say even something like, so if we add another 2 here, so 1/150. This will also be non-terminating because even though we have 5s and 2s, the second you add something that is not a 5 or a 2, it becomes non-terminating. So these rules are pretty simple. And we just got to check for our 5s and 2s here. So 12 can be written as 2 2s and a 3. So this is going to be non-terminating. So they're asking which of the following is terminating. So anything that contains a 1 can be eliminated. 10 squared, so that is just going to be 1/, so 10 is 2 times 5 squared. So it's going to become, we got 2 2s and 2 5s. So it's still nothing but 2s and 5s. So 1/10 squared should be terminating, so 2 is good. We actually didn't need to check that because all of our options have a 2. Then here, 1/2 to the 10th, well, that's just going to be a bunch of 2s. So E.